Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast for April 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 2020. All right, so an important weekend here, a lot going on astrologically. On Friday, we have the moon shifting from more emotional Cancer into more expressive Leo. In fact, the moon will be in Leo for pretty much the whole weekend, making it a great time for expressing ourselves, cultivating our passions, getting in touch with that more fiery side of ourselves is great this phase of the lunar month. But this weekend we have Jupiter over Pluto, so we could have some expansion taking place with the deeper dimensions of ourselves. Could be a really good time of seeing our deeper truth and of life, maybe transforming our beliefs and our perspectives based on whatever it is we might be learning or becoming aware of regarding the deeper aspects of life. Also this weekend, Mercury is going to be shifting into receptive Pisces to join up with the Sun and going over Neptune. So our minds are going into the ethers here, going into next week. And this weekend, maybe it could be good for spiritual activities, again, surrendering what's outside of our control to find more peace in life, and maybe using some of this imagination or intuitive mind that could certainly be available this weekend. Along with this, Venus is trining Saturn, so maybe our relationships and enjoyments could be quite grounded as well. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. We're going to look at this for Friday with the moon shifting from Cancer into fiery Leo, and then the moon in Leo for Saturday and Sunday as well. So again, we are using the actual size of the constellations, which is different from mainstream astrology. A great example here is Cancer and Leo. You can see in the sky that Cancer is a very small constellation relative to Leo, which is much larger in the sky. So this does change the signs and the placements of the signs. So if you are new to this channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information. All right, so let's go ahead and start here with Friday. We have the moon finishing protective Cancer. We may have noticed a theme on Thursday around creating a protective environment for ourselves or others. It's been a good time for that private life or connecting to our feelings, the past, these more intrinsic elements of life. But as the day does unfold, and especially going into Saturday, we could start to notice more themes around expressing ourselves. Could be a good weekend for that playful side, that creative side, passionate, cultivating the things we're interested in or find fun in life with the moon shifting into fiery Leo. And this is the phase of the cycle now of the month where we start to build some momentum. We are coming off of the first quarter phase, which is usually a more integrating or sometimes self-challenging phase of the cycle, but now starting to move into some momentum or wind in our sails as we do approach the next full moon. And this is in the context of course, receptive Pisces. We still do have the sun here. So the larger context is around finding peace and wholeness in our life, which we can find by listening to our soul, our intuition, maybe rest, taking more of that receptive approach to life is very important and a great way of working with this larger cycle. Especially because once we start to get into Saturday, Mercury is going to pass over receptive Neptune and start to enter Pisces along with Neptune. Neptune's going to dip in there or get quite close to Pisces, of course, then go retrograde. And then next year, Neptune will officially enter the constellation. So collectively, it's just all in all a really good time for, again, more of that wholeness and peace. And with Mercury shifting into here, it could be particularly relating to our minds, how we're thinking about things, and perhaps our communications. So this weekend with this conjunction, particularly around Saturday, Sunday, really good time to maybe allow our minds to wander a little bit, see what comes up with that intuition, with that inner guidance, and maybe some new beginnings starting to arise from that, a new perspective around receptivity and acceptance. It does favor things like spiritual activities, anything that links up the day-to-day routines with the more receptive side to life. Also supports intuition, spirituality, creativity, and imagination, right? Anything that combines the mind with the more unconscious or spiritual dimensions of life. So that's going to be late Friday going into Saturday there with that conjunction, and then Mercury starting to shift into receptive Pisces as we go through Saturday and into next week. But let's go and talk about the elephant in the room here, Jupiter conjunct Pluto. Definitely a very important thing going on collectively. We've had this stellium of Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto all finishing up Sagittarius here, which has been a lot of restructuring to our systems, a lot of transformations to our beliefs and perspectives, both collectively and personally. And so this is another step in the right direction with this. Jupiter is helping us see the bigger picture when it does come to the deeper dimensions of life. So Jupiter expands and Pluto represents the depths of things. So this weekend, there could be a lot of deep things arising within, but it's usually in such a way that we're able to see the larger picture, right? The more abstract view, the philosophical, the higher perspective. And so it can be an excellent weekend for all types of deep diving, healing, facing fears, self-empowerment. We could be feeling quite, enhanced with that self-empowerment. There could be a rebirth of perspective. Sometimes Pluto can transform Jupiter. Jupiter's our beliefs, especially in Sagittarius. And so there could be a whole new restructuring taking place with how we view things in life and our potentials and our philosophies and our outlooks, things like that. Also makes it a great time for truth seeking, again, diving deep with things personally or collectively. And, learning about some of this deeper stuff is really good. So great weekend for all these things that do require that expansion of depth, truth, vulnerability with ourselves, with others, with life, right? Great weekend for this stuff, and perhaps a new chapter starting to unfold. This is a new conjunction. It just started, and it will be starting this weekend. And the next one will be on June 30th, which will be Jupiter's retrograde. And then the last one, November 12th, which will likely mean some sort of solidification of this deeper awareness, insight, and transformation to our beliefs. So definitely the most important thing going on here this weekend, but we also do have Venus trining up to Saturn. So on a minor note, there could be some stability. We could be noticing maybe in our relationships, enjoyments, resources, just a bit of a grounded approach when it comes to the things and people that we enjoy connecting to in life. All right, and then of course the moon will be in fiery Leo Saturday and Sunday, so the theme will be around self-expression, making it a great, especially couple days here for a bit of that playful energy, creative, lighthearted, passionate, doing things we find fun, entertaining, expressive is a great way of working with this moon in Leo. All right, so everyone have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on Monday for the next daily forecast. Take care.